Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome to the edition of Coffee with Iain. I realized my chair is really low again, so I need to raise it up real quick. There we go. I feel like I was a little bit short of there for a second. Love coffee in the morning. Anyways, this is another edition of Coffee with Iain, as you were probably aware, because I just said so. And let me tell you a couple things that have happened in the last little while. First of all, the Holmer DLC for Farm Sim has come out, which is awesome. Really like that DLC. They did a fantastic job on that. If you haven't checked it out yet, I definitely recommend checking it out. I'll put a link to the Holmer DLC review I did up there, and you can check that out. I really like it. It's a good DLC. Like I said in the review, you only get 2 vehicles technically, but they did a really good job on both of them. So I don't mind having just those 2 vehicles. And they're really kind of like, well, those sugar beet harvesters not really versatile at all because you only harvest sugar beets with it. But the other Terra variant 600 is quite versatile. And I don't know how expensive it is in game actually. I totally forget. But it's a very nice piece of equipment in game. You can always rent it too with a rental mod and whatnot. So that's always a possibility. But yeah, definitely like it. Definitely worth checking out. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. A lot of people really been liking it. Everyone I've talked to so far has been like, "Yep, it's a darn good mod, DLC, I should say. It's not a mod technically, but I guess it kind of is, anyways." But they did a really fantastic job on it, and people are very pleased. So I'm happy to hear that because it's one of those situations where you're like, are people gonna like it? Are they not gonna like it? Like initially, it seemed a little too expensive. But then after playing with the mod a little bit, you're like, okay, it's not that bad in the end. So I think it's worth it. Anyhow, what else has been going on? Nothing too crazy. Other than that, in Farm Sim, everyone's been rocking that so far, and everyone's liked it. I know Toby Moby, for example, he has really been enjoying the sugar beet harvester. Although he still prefers the rooster, I think it's called, the pull behind sugar beet harvester. That's still his preference for whatever reason. So that's cool. To each their own. So I can't say much about that. We all have our preferences, right? I'm sure you've seen me try to use what was it? The last map we played on was Higher Hills, and I put like equipment that was way too big for that map, and that's just because that's what I ended up doing. Because that's the type of material I like to use, or types of machinery, I'll say, that I like to use. So that's the reason why I ended up using the bigger stuff. So it wasn't the right choice in the end, but that's fine. It was still fun to play around that map. I hope you guys have been enjoying the weekly, what do you even call it? The weekly streams on different maps. That's what I've been trying to do, trying to rotate, like just trying a different map every single week. I think next week I already have a event planned, so I'll be streaming at 11 o'clock on March 19th, and it'll be on Glenvar map, which is a Australian map. That's what I'll be doing there, and probably gonna try and go to the adventure show before or after. I can't remember which one works best so far, but I'll try and do that next week, so that'll be kind of fun as well. Anything else in that realm? No, I don't think so. It seems like people are enjoying it. Because they're like, I've never seen this map before, or what map is this? And a lot of people are really curious about it, which is really cool because, you kind of like get a chance to check out a map. I kind of use it as a bit of recon for future potential Let's Plays on it. So right now we're playing on Baldacchino and Blickling Farm, although I've been playing a lot more on Baldacchino right now than Blickling, but that's just because that's what I've been doing, and that's how it works for me sometimes. I go through phases where I'm like, oh, let's play on this map, and then let's go play on this map, but well, it works. It happens all the time. Various games, various maps. But that's the way it works for me, at least. So I'm sure it's the same for other people. The other day in the Google Plus community, people were all like, "Ooh, let's have a silage day." So like everybody was doing silage. Like yesterday, I think it was on Sunday. So like all you could see was like silage screenshots coming up in the Google Plus community. It was pretty funny actually. Like I was doing silage on Baldacchino. Farmer Beavis was doing silage. Will was doing silage. It was hilarious. Like just all on separate maps, all doing their own thing, but just happened to be all doing exactly the same thing. So it was pretty funny. So the other thing I did is, as you recall from the previous Coffee With Iain, I think I called it something like an honest talk about the future. If you want to see that, you can go check it out up there. I'll put a link to it. Anyways, in light of that, I haven't got any. I've been really picky about sponsored content, so I'm not going to pick anything. So only stuff that really works for the channel. Like I've seen a few things related to what is it? Technology, for example, like hard drives, webcam, stuff like that. That's like what I might do, but it depends on whether the company likes what I'm suggesting or not. So we'll have to see how that works out. Also, in light of that, I was talking with a couple people, and a couple people mentioned this fact last week about Patreon, and I started a Patreon. If you would like to support me, I'll put a link up there for the Patreon page. Give me your feedback. I don't know, I've never done anything like that, so if you like it, you hate it, if you think I should improve the page or change something, let me know. Leave a comment on Patreon, and we can go from there. The videos are going to continue whether you support me on Patreon or not. It's just a way of getting towards that eventual goal we talked about last time with the hopefully being able to get closer to the farm, essentially, and bringing you some real life farming content as well on the channel. So it'll be a bit of a blend of farming in real life and farming in video games. So I think that'd be kind of neat. Yeah, that's the other thing I did the other day. So if you'd like to support me, go ahead. If you don't want to, that's fine too. That's cool. Like I said, the videos are going to continue for free. I'm not going to like make a paywall or anything like that. No, that's ridiculous. Not at all. So if you'd like to, that'd be awesome. There are a couple perks. And like I said, if you have any suggestions for the perks, by all means, give me a suggestion. Because it's new to me too. I kind of want to include you guys in the process, so that it can be as as much as it is mine as it is yours, so to speak, as well. So that's the reason why I did that. So yeah, moving away from that, because I feel like that's a weird topic to talk about for some reason. So it's like, I don't know. Other big things I've been looking at. There's a couple games that came out not too long ago called one called Stardew Valley, one called Factorio, and those two games seem pretty interesting to me, but I don't know if they seem interesting to you. I know Bob was like, not so much. So like what I try to do when I put new types of games on the channel, I often look for games that are like big machines or like big vehicles or vehicle type simulation type games. So like when I put City Skylines on the channel and people are like, oh, this is kind of a cool game, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But that's what I try to do. So like Factorio and Stardew Valley are very like top-down type games, so they're not, I don't know, not the not the traditional type of game you would see on the channel. So that's why I've refrained from doing it as of yet. But Stardew Valley, for example, is like a farming type game, just more like a Harvest Moon sort of thing. So I haven't done it. It's a farming type game with some story background, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I may pick it up. I haven't done it yet because I like thinking about these things for too long, I think. So anyhow, anything else I want to mention? Thank you guys for being awesome as well, as per usual. I don't say that enough, as I have often said before, but you guys are very awesome for supporting me. Whether it's through sharing content, liking a video, commenting on a video. I really think we have a pretty awesome community because, the information. So like what happens often is I'll talk about something in a farming video, in a farming simulator video, and like I have a lack of knowledge in something, and then you guys who actually work on farms or live on farms provide the extra insight that I don't know about, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. Anyways, folks, I think I'll stop it there for the time being before I start rambling even more. That'll be it for me for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson, and if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and subscribe for some more Coffee with Iain. Catch you guys there.